So this is my Smackdown review, and from what this episode was, it was an average episode. But the thing with this episode, I would say, is that a lot of things which were of importance happened. Like since they have come to know that SmackDown is not going to go back to 2 hours anytime soon, they were like, okay, now we really got to pay attention to SmackDown. And if SmackDown has gotten better, I will give the credit to Road Dogg instead of Triple H, because his name has been going around the rounds that he is the head writer of SmackDown, and you cannot leak that Road Dogg is the head so that Triple H doesn't take any criticism when things are bad. So the praise will also go to him too. Of course, some praise will go to Triple H because he signs off on the things. We started with Bianca coming back in her hometown. I think first of all, the right decision first to not have Bianca as a heel. Like, you have a lot, especially because Bianca like was not on television since WrestleMania. It kind of feels like, okay, we are not in that super Bianca territory again. She took the pin at WrestleMania also. You know, like you, the time makes the heart grow fonder, and it has. And having her return in her hometown especially was the right choice also, like not giving any chance that Bianca gets booed. Bianca came back, did her old Tennessee things, thanked her mother, father, and everything. The interesting stuff started happening when Naomi came out. And Naomi was essentially like, why are you not picking up my, calls and everything like a crazy ex? And she proved that she's like a crazy ex, because she then said that, you know what, like you were not, picking up my calls or texts, so I went to your parents' home. They were not there, so I just let myself in. I think the most funny part was her like comparing like Bianca being in her like happy in her childhood photos to her being tag team champions with her. Like, she thinks that really that is that important to her that her childhood, like, achievements, which like Bianca is constantly mentioned how important those are to her, to like a tag team title reign, which was good. But man, like, it really shows how delusional Naomi is. And then Bianca was like, this is the reason that I am not talking to you, because you did betray my friend. Like, you put her through like a car windshield. And especially you going to my parents' house, like, next time I will do something worse than what you did to Jade. And Naomi was so good here, like her like legit crying and then like turning her eyes like this. And you know what, it won't be so good if anything, both mama and daughter, you know turns up in a wheelchair right here right now. And it was like, you feel like legit scared, because then Naomi started fucking cackling there, and then you had Jade come out to a huge pop. I think their booking of Jade, especially after Mania, has been really good. Like, putting her directly into the SmackDown Women's Championship picture was a risky decision. Like, there is a reason why Jade was in the tag team division for so long, why Jade was having a non-title feud with Naomi. But they're like, we have given you a singles match at Mania, which was fine, and like, we are throwing you into like, you know the division. Like, you need to prove now. And she did. Like, her match against Nia Jax, she did well here. Then, she attacked Naomi. This is the first time that Naomi actually didn't run away from Jade, and then she kind of looked at Bianca, then Bianca went away, then Nia Jax showed up, and then their match started. I think this match was not really good. Like, it was very clunky. Like, the spots were, I think, mistimed a lot, and even the good spots were not executed to 100%. Like they did from, like Naya falling from the top rope. Even that didn't hit well. Even the finish was like, she took a little extra second to like roll her up. the decision was right, the finish was right, the way that they did the finish was also right. That Naya still got the the Annihilator on Jade. And in the end, Naya lost by a roll up. It makes sense with Naomi's character also. Doesn't let, Jade get the pin, and also protects Naya because she had like a visible pinfall there. So I do feel that this match could have been better because they got time. Even there was a mild "This is awesome" chant which didn't really pick up. But I do think that there it was the right winner. Like Naomi going to Money in the Bank is the right choice. One thing I would say is if Naomi was not in this Money in the Bank, this would have been the perfect time to make Roxanne the Money in the Bank. Because her becoming the Money in the Bank with the power control storyline that is going on in the Judgment Day, it would have made perfect sense to have Roxanne win the Money in the Bank and be like Liv was the world champion. I have the Money in the Bank now. Remember, Liv, you used to have the Money in the Bank also. Like, when were you last women's world champion? I think Bad Blood, Pro- probably. So this is no, not Bad Blood. I think Rhea won on the Netflix episode. So it has been a while. Like, it would have made perfect sense even with her character, like her, like holding the Money in the Bank for a full year. Even if she had lost feuds or like won feuds due to like distraction and anything, it would have made sense with the whole like Roxanne character. But when you have such a great heel in Naomi, like who has been on fire since she has turned heel, and she has not won many matches. Like she lost to Jade, like almost every week she's getting like bitched out by Jade. And even then she is probably the woman that should be women's champion. I do think if Naomi wins the Money in the Bank, what's probably gonna happen is we're probably gonna get Jordan versus Tiffany at I think probably Tiffany versus Jade or Tiffany versus Jordan. I think we're gonna get at Evolution probably. I think Naomi is probably gonna cash in at Evolution, and then you're gonna get Naomi versus Bianca versus Jade at SummerSlam. I think that is probably the plan to have. Like like Bianca will probably be fine by then. Jade makes sense in the feud being there. So having her be there, like Naomi, Bianca, Jade also, you can have Naomi retain the title also there. So I think this is probably the plan going forward. I do think Evolution has kind of like made my predictions in my mind kind of a little bit iffy because I always have the Clash of Champions SummerSlam in my mind, forgetting that you literally have Evolution there. So you need to book around it. So I think that's what happens. Then you had a really good promo package of Julia. Just like her English has improved so much, and then she has the little bit Japanese touch and that Italian touch in her promo. She looks so confident. The way she speaks so confidently. Her look is so great in her heel look, and her character is essentially that I don't care if you cheer or hear or boo me because I'm just there to win championships. Like I know what I am. Like I like I'm not there to. You can say it's a typical character, but the way she said that I already know that I'm going to be on top. It's just a matter of when. Like it's not about when Julia wins the championship. It's about who ends it. Like it is, you can say, a typical character, but the way that they had those lines, it kind of felt like it was a new character, and it's just the way they presented her. And especially after this promo package, she confronted Zelina. She was like, I see you, Zelina, but I see that title more. And it's probably the next thing to do is have have Julia win the title from Zelina, because you had Zelina versus Alba Fire, which was fine. I think it was a fine enough match. Distractions happened and all. Chelsea hit accidentally Piper Niven with her mask. It was set up. I like Nick Aldis's comedy with Chelsea Green also, but I don't really want to talk about it a lot more because it was really nothing. I think the only way that you can really give credence to Zelina's reign is have her defend her title more and have her defend her title against different people. Like, have her do the open challenges, have people from NXT show up, have a match. Like, she can wrestle well, have a match, like get over in the match. Give Zelina credence also, because otherwise it's just not it. Zelina, there is no other way that you can, push her in a good way, because this is not the LWO year where she really got over, but they didn't really do anything with her. Like, people are not really into Zelina right now, but they need to, if they want to, they have to have a wrestle more. There is no other way. Then you also, I think, the because also you don't really have anyone to feud with. Everyone who matters in that women's division is involved in the women's title picture, in the main women's title picture. You need to have someone shift down there, and I think probably the one who should shift down there is Nia Jax, because Nia Jax, I think, she has, like, after losing to Tiffany, she has, like, come whole circle. Like, she has fought against everyone and she has lost also. I think she needs to move down a little and go into that US title division. I am, you had a Tiffany Stratton promo also. The thing is that Tiffany Stratton is kind of like, right now, the face champion who is kind of like egoistic, like who is kind of like, I know I am champion and you cannot beat me, but they are not heels, they are still faces. And I think they have done this because Tiffany as a white meat babyface is not really what Tiffany is. So they have made her more like a confident, borderline overconfident type of like sure champion. You had a segment with her also, and Naomi was like, you don't need to worry about, Naya winning the Money in the Bank or other women winning the Money in the Bank. You need to be worried about me winning the Money in the Bank, and that's how it ended. And also I want to see that who is Jordan going to feud with when she comes, because I think Julia is probably going to go for the US title. I think it will be a good thing if you have Jordan immediately. I think probably they're gonna have Jordan go against Nia Jax. I think that is the first feud that they're gonna do. Have Jordan go against Nia Jax probably at Evolution, or maybe before that. Have Jordan go against that, and then maybe you put Jordan in maybe the US title picture, maybe against Julia or anything, or you have like a long feud with Nia Jax, probably of 3 matches. Nia can get a second also, and then eventually Jordan wins. And when you have an opening there, maybe she goes after Naomi because they actually have a lot of history. So maybe that happens. And going forward, you had, the tag team stuff also, which I kind of didn't like. I liked the things before the Wyatt Six attacked them. Like, I actually like that on a 3 hour show the tag teams are getting promo time in the ring. You don't really see it in WWE that tag teams are getting involved in the tag team division, like promo time in the ring, and they got promo time, and it was very simple. That Street Profits were like, why are the White Six getting involved? Fraxium came out to their awful music and were like, you didn't really beat us. And I really like the character dynamic, which is essentially that Nathan Frazier is much of the, he doesn't really care about the formalities and everything. He just likes to challenge, whereas Axiom is much more of the, level headed person. And he was like, we should run it back. Like, Fraser is right here. Like, we should run it back. And they got a little bit of pop from the crowd. So Fraxiv is getting over with the crowd, and that's the way you do it. Give them time on the mic. Especially the in ring, they will do their job. What you need to like really like give them time is like getting the people to know about their dynamic, the dynamic between them, the type of frenemy relations that they have. That is what truly got Fraser and Axiom over with the crowd. Like, their relationship with each other, their banter was the thing that like really got the NXT crowd to love them, and I hope they do it more going forward with them also. Then Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley came out, Motor City Machine Guns, and Alex Shelley is not bad on the mic. That is the problem why Motor City are not really that over, because they haven't really given them any time on the mic to show their personalities. Because what is Motor City Machine Guns character? They are guys who likes motorcycles a lot and are from Detroit. Apart from that, and they can wrestle. But apart from that, you haven't really given people a chance to know about their personalities. And like Alex Shelley is not bad on the mic, and it showed here, like which was him saying that Fraxium wants a title shot against Street Profits because Street Profits didn't beat them, but Street Profits didn't beat them too, so they deserve that. So that is way storyline progression. This makes sense because Street Profits didn't beat Motor City Machine Guns. And then you had DIY come out, and I like it. Like Candice with Tommaso and Johnny, they were like, you guys have ruined the tag team division. Wyatt Six, we don't talk about them. Tommaso is really funny, I think. Candice is doing her role well, and they were like, let's take a moment of silence and everything. And just as they did the moment of silence thing, the Wyatt Six came out and they just beat everyone. I was like, it felt like they did a repeat of the thing that happened last week, and I was like, you could have done something more. You could have given us a video package or something with the Wyatt Six, instead of them just coming and beating them up like they did the last time. Because it kind of feels like what you're doing is what Wyatt Six did, when they first debuted. You had a really good storyline between Chad Gable and Otis, and you had to end that storyline because you had to give some bodies for Wyatt Six to beat. Like, give them importance too. Like, don't just have Wyatt Six run over them. Like, you had a kind of a video package after that where Uncle Howdy was like, we will not stop until we get what we are owed. Which I kind of get that it is probably referring to like mirroring kayfabe and reality, because the Wyatt Six have not been the Wyatt Six have because the Wyatt Six, since losing to Final Testament, were not there on television for a while. And you can also do stuff that Bray was tag team champions, was SmackDown tag team champions with Randy Orton, and he lost those titles against American Alpha, for what I remember, in a really great match on a really great episode of SmackDown. So let's see what happens. I think what they have to see is who is going to be the tag team there. Is it going to be Dexter Loomis and Joe Gacy? Is it going to be Rowan and Joe Gacy? Maybe Loomis there also. Like, they have to see whose roles are there. The thing, I think Humble also mentioned on Twitter that you don't really have people who wrestle like Eric Rowan and Joe Gacy in the SmackDown tag team division, who are like kind of like tall, more of powerhouses. So having them can do well also. One thing is that they need to shift those tag teams around. I think probably maybe get DIY, maybe put Motor City on Raw, because I think if you're gonna have Fraxium, you cannot have Motor City as the top babyface tag team there. And I think till the Lucha Bros form, I think getting Motor City on Raw, them being the main babyface team going up against New Day can work. And also, please give Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate also chances as a tag team on Raw. Like, they can do well. Like, you just brought them back and have not been doing anything with them since. Then you also had a Carmelo and Miz back chase segment where Carmelo is essentially like, Miz, you didn't need to do all that. Like, I got that opportunity because I give my everything. Like, before even the match starts, I already have 40 points on the board and everything. And they are already teasing a Carmelo Hayes face turn, which I don't know how much it will work, because first of all, you need to give the partnership time. The partnership has not gotten that much time, so I don't know how will this work anyway. Like, and you and I'm like, give them time, give them segments so that people actually get into the relationship of Carmelo Hayes and Miz. Like people actually start caring about this relationship. People do give a little bit of a shit, but not that much. Then you had the whole bloodline drama, like Solo was backstage and R-Truth was really funny, like calling him Husky and that you're not of the same blood and everything. Solo almost broke his character. Then you had JC Mateo versus R-Truth, which I think was really nice because R-Truth is just coming from facing John Cena and he lost while John Cena cheated. So he has some kind of mileage, and getting someone like that who's like really over with the crowd, like just face the undisputed universal champion, like getting him against the new talent that you have. And JC Mateo, like I think one thing is that Jeff Cobb, apart from his like tour of islands finisher, I have not really seen anything in the ring that like really fascinates me. But then Jeff Cobb has always been that type of wrestler. Like he has been good, but he's never really been like great. Like because you have people on the roster or have been there who have done things much bigger than him. It's not that he is bad, it's just that many people who are like bigger than him have done things that are better than this. But even then, I think he's in the right. He will get over. His theme song is also not bad. They could have done a better job on the instrumentals, but I think overall, his theme song is good. He won the match here. I think he gained a lot because he didn't just beat like R-Truth like jobbering around. He beated an R-Truth who is a jobber who just faced the Universal Champion. So and lost by cheating. So I think it worked for them. Then talking about the other things which happened on the show, which was the John Cena, Cody, Logan, and Jay segment, which the thing is, Logan probably gave his best promo. It's just that he needs to learn that when you repeat the same line, you need to put more into the second line because it just kind of feels like you just lost your mind a little bit that you're repeating the same line. It kind of feels like you lost your mind. But even then, his promo was fine. Cody's promo was fine also. He was like, he won't make this mistake again. He mentioned The Rock also. His Peacemaker line was good. Cena was essentially like promoting Logan Paul. He was like, he doesn't, you hate him because you can't be him, like typical heel stuff. Jey Uso was actually fine in this segment apart from his like 7 minute long entrance. After that Peacemaker line, they fought. Cody like gave him a Cody cutter, and this is your Money in the Bank tag match. It's just that I don't really care about this match. But the thing is, the atmosphere was great. Like people booing Logan Paul, giving half and half reactions to John Cena. Like John Cena tried to roast Cody. He was like, "You're just John Cena wannabes." But the thing is, that's not a roast. You're just saying something. What did you add in that? So he just said those lines, and he also said that Jey Uso is lazy. So it was fine. Cody looked good. I thought that Cody got a little bit of booze. I don't think he got booze, but he got cheered good. And let's see what happens. I'm not expecting much from this tag match. This is probably going to main event the show because first this will also have the intrigue of, oh, maybe the Money in the Bank match winner can cash in also. So let's see what happens. Then you had, you know, Jacob versus Andrade versus Melo. Before that, let's talk about the tag match that happened, which was Ray Phoenix and also Jimmy Uso saved R-Truth after the match. So Jimmy is still in the bloodline vortex, which is fine, but I do think this is probably gonna lead to Jimmy getting a title shot against Jacob, maybe at Saturday night's main event. I do think after Clash of Champions, this is probably going to lead to Jacob versus Jimmy at Saturday night's main event, and I think whatever happens there, I think that is going to set up Jacob versus either JC or either Solo for SummerSlam. I think that's what he's going to set up there. Like Jay winning the US title and then Carmelo going after him. Like that can work also. Like I won't mind that. Going forward, Damien Priest came out. He had a shiner under his left eye. His promo was fine. It was like streets. Dave, I still hate you, Drew, but I want to. Like we are both from the streets, Jacob. So I want to fight the most badass champion, and this is the right feud for Jacob. Like Damien just won against Drew McIntyre. Like he is a upper mid carder, the natural choice for Jacob. Like I have really liked the way that they have booked Jacob's reign, like giving him a fatal four-way match which legit has main eventers. Then like having him facing Damien Priest after Damien Priest has won against Drew McIntyre, who's a legit main eventer. Damien himself is an upper mid carder. So I think this is really nice. Like this is probably going to happen at Clash of Champions, and I think it's good. And I think what's going to happen is Drew is going to come back and he is going to interfere, which is going to lead to Jacob retaining. Because one thing that people should remember is that I know that the feud has been going on for long, but Damien and Drew only have had two matches, so they need to have another match to like end their feud. And I do think this is the way they end their feud. Like probably Drew is going to come back at Clash of Champions by that, or Night of Champions. By that time, he will have a rest of at least a month. Like Saturday night's main event happened just now, and uh, that is also happening at the end of the month. So I think he'll be a little bit like rested also, and this is probably going to lead to their like third and final match as Saturday night's main event, or maybe they extend it to SummerSlam also, because I don't know what else can Drew and Damien do at SummerSlam. Like unless you turn Drew babyface, you really have no other options for Drew McIntyre. Like who can he face apart from Damien at SummerSlam? At SummerSlam, Cody is facing CENA for the championship. So probably after Drew beats Damien at SummerSlam, you can have Drew immediately go after Cody as his first challenger. But before that, like you cannot end, because otherwise you have to keep Drew off the SummerSlam match card, and Damien also. And then you had the Jacob versus Andrade. Nee, you also had the tag match. I forgot. Ray Phoenix and Javon Evans versus LWO, and I really like the way that they promoted the AAA versus the AAA NXT Worlds Collide show, like them doing the video packages of, you know, Stephanie Obake, her having her tag match with Lola, with her and Lola versus, I don't know their names, who they are facing. They are minimal, but they tell you enough that you know you can be interested to check out. Also, they did really well. Like they had a whole match dedicated. You had Ethan Page on commentary. Really like Ethan Page being on the main roster even for a little bit. You had Jeon and Ray Phoenix facing LWO. All of them great wrestlers. The thing really working for Ray is that him being just in random tags with people, and Javon Evans got himself over with the crowd. Color me, you know, surprised. A great wrestler got himself over, and especially he's so young, his energy is so infectious. The spots that they did was awesome. LW kind of had to get the win because they are facing, Psycho Clown and Pagano and everyone in a six-man tag, so they kind of had to get some heat on them. And also, Ethan Page costing Javon Evans made sense because Javon Evans is in the Fatal Four Way along with Ray Phoenix, and Ethan Page was good on commentary also, like him playing like the asshole, like but who's like, I don't know what is happening. Like in that way, I liked him. The thing I only like don't like is that poor Ethan Page, just because like Ricky Starks got to the company and he clearly is like so charismatic and he has the right friends also. Like Ethan Page probably should have been the one that should have gone first on the main roster, and but that's not gonna happen. One thing I like is that Ray Phoenix didn't take the pin, but the thing is that this also shows that they don't really hold Phoenix in the same manner like they hold Penta. Like they're careful with Penta getting losses. Like Penta got like 2 losses and they had him win the Money in the Bank match qualifier. And also that you need to also look at things um, in other perspective. Like what I hope that they end feuds, because there was an Andrade Phoenix LWO feud that was going on, which kind of is on the side right now because the Money in the Bank stuff and the AAA versus NXT stuff is happening. So I hope that they end that feud also, because how does it make sense then? And what do you do with Ray Phoenix? And also, I hope they end the Carmelo and Black feud also. And I have an idea for that, because what happened was that LA Knight had a backstage promo and he was like, "No, no, I will win the Money in the Bank." And Aleister Black interrupted him, said some stuff. So probably looks like it's going to be Aleister Black and LA Knight as the next feud. But the thing is, the Andrade and Aleister Black and Carmelo feud has not ended. Like they have had, Aleister Black has beaten the Miz. He has defeated Carmelo Hayes twice, but Carmelo Hayes jumped him in the second match. Like Aleister Black won because of disqualification. So I hope the third match happens. I hope what happens is LA is going for the briefcase, but Aleister Black interferes and costs him, and then Aleister Black has his match against Carmelo Hayes on the Smackdown after Money in the Bank. Then you have LA Knight cost him, and Carmelo can get a win by a roll up or anything. Because the thing is, a loss won't hurt Aleister Black, because first he would lose by a roll up. Second, he would get distracted by LA Knight. And third, Carmelo only gets one win. Alistair already has two. And Carmelo needs it after what happened in the main event, because the match was really great. Alistair Black versus Carmelo versus Andrade. The crowd was shit. That they're doing the tables chant, them not really caring. Like especially the spot where like Fatu like hit the hip attack on Miz. It was like his skull broke or something. Like that was like him also going through the barricade, like Andrade with his fucking like elbows to Carmelo doing his top rope like leg drop, Carmelo and Andrade doing the double flip. Like Andrade and Carmelo are true wrestling soulmates. Like you can say that. In the end, Jacob was going for the moonsault, but then and Solo also doing his like little dance. Like Solo was on the top rope and everything, but then what happened was Andrade pushed him out of the ring, gave the hammerlock DDT to Carmelo and pinned him. And I'm really angry, because the thing is, the people who are happy that Andrade deserves it. The thing is, Andrade is only in the match because to take bumps, to take insane bumps on the ladders. He's not going to gain anything from them. He's just a spot monkey for the match. But that could have been Carmelo Hayes also, and it would have made sense for Carmelo to win also, because I remember that I think Andrade got hit by the Samoan drop, but he was the one who got up and pushed Jacob Fatu out of the ring, not Carmelo. So how does it make sense even in wrestling wise? How does the man who was in like who was going to get hit by a move get up and pin that dude who didn't get hit by the move before? And also like why? Like you show that you're actually trying to like push Carmelo, like you like having Aleister Black beat him by a roll up, having Aleister Black like win his match with disqualification, then you just have him straight up lose a triple threat. Like why? Like Carmelo Hayes in the Money in the Bank could have worked a lot better. Like he wouldn't have lost anything because it's a ladder match. He would have gotten his spots. Like what will Andrade gain? Like Andrade will go back to the Ray Phoenix feud, eventually ending with Phoenix beating him. And that's it. Carmelo Hayes is someone that you have planned. Like he should be a main eventer. I don't like it. You also had like Fatu saying to Solo after like I don't need you anymore and everything. So that is also a feud going forward. I just hope that this Fatu and Solo stuff, like the turn happens like as late as probably a Saturday Night's main event, because this has to like the match has to happen at SummerSlam because you need to move forward. Like you cannot have it go for 6 months. And probably LW is gonna get split up because you already have so many tag teams on SmackDown. Los Garzas have not really been used anyways, and if you need a jobber tag team, you have Pretty Deadly there anyway. You have Pretty Deadly there, so you don't really need Los Garzas as a tag team. And anyways, in the mid card division, Humberto, Angel, Santos will anyway work better as single superstars because it's the mid card. You don't really need that high of like mic skills to like go and face for the championships, and that is probably the goal there. So I think overall a 3.25. I'll probably give this a 3.15. I don't know, in the range between 3 and 3.25 I'll give this show. So what did you think about this show? Give your reviews in the comment section. How did you like my video? Tell me about that in the comment section also. So if you like this video, share and subscribe. If you don't, then share it to those who do. My social media accounts, which are my Twitter/Instagram account, links are in the description, so go follow me on that. uh, X account also, those who don't know what Twitter is. And my UPI ID link, which is shabboy@OKICICI, is in the description also. So go donate any amount of money which you can, which can help me make YouTube a permanent career option. So that was it for me for today. So thank you, goodbye, alvida.